on the path. So our yoga today is to overcome overthinking. And yeah, why yoga is perfect for this is because the more time we spend dropping into the body, the less time we spend in the mind. So again and again, I will be cueing you to bring your attention to what's going on right now. And the other good thing about this is the more time we spend thinking, what is my body doing? What are my limbs doing? Da da da. We can't be thinking. So Samantha requested a lot of balances, and I don't know if this is my intention or hers, but requested some fire. So we're going to make this a little fast. And as well as a distraction, yoga is moving emotion, it's moving energy. An overthinking mind is only part of what's going on. You know, actually, what's going on is unaddressed emotions in the body. So, as well as we're not just moving to distract, we're intentionally moving the blockages so that when we come into a longer meditation at the end, we should notice a difference. So, let's begin. Find your way into a seated position. So I'm going to switch here to cross-legged. You can be kneeling, you can lean against a wall, you can be sat up on a block, just somewhere that is comfortable. And once you find that place of comfort, just close down the eyes. And straight away come to your breath. Notice where your breath is. Is it in your abdomen? Is it in your chest? Do you notice the inflow and the outflow of the nostrils? And wherever your breath is strongest, just begin to watch it here. Watch what happens in your body on the inhale and watch what happens on the exhale. And you may need to make your breath a little more intentional if you cannot catch it. But just get curious about what does happen on the inhale. Which part of your body is moving? And then on the exhale, which part of your body is moving? And maybe you have noticed already that the mind has wandered, the mind has got distracted, and that is okay. Just bring it back. Watching the inhale, watching the exhale. No need to control the breath. We're just spending the next 30 seconds watching the natural inhale and watching the natural exhale. In and out. However the breath is naturally showing up in the body. Watching the inhale, watching the exhale. Beautiful. And now you can keep your eyes closed. Just bring your hands together at your heart center. And here I invite you to set an intention for your practice. I offer you the intention to pay attention to the body, rather than the mind, to bring your attention back again and again into the body. Our collective intention can also be to overcome overthinking. And then we're going to share one breath together and the sound of Om to open our practice. So take a deep inhale, and then out of the mouth, let's exhale. And take a deep inhale and exhale to chant Om. Om. And then gently blink the eyes open, bring your hands down, and we're going to get straight onto our hands and knees. So just have your hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And then in this tabletop, we're going to arch the spine in cat and cow. So inhale, arch forward. Exhale, round the spine and curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going, matching your breath to the movement. And feeling what sensations are going on in your lower back, in your shoulders, curling the vertebra one by one. And then as we inhale, go forward, uncurling the vertebra. Inhale, arching the spine, neck lifts up last, we look forward. And then exhale, curling the spine. And this time we're going to sit back on our heels, coming into a child's pose. And then we're going to inhale, come back up onto all fours, arch the spine. Exhale, come back to child's pose. And then inhale, come forwards, arch the spine. Now from here, just come back to a neutral spine, tuck the toes, and we're going to lift up the hips, and we're going to come into a downward dog. So downward dog, our inverted V position, beautiful. So you can just begin pedaling out your dog. Here you want your hands and feet about 3 to 4 feet apart. Really want to push into the hands, lifting your hips up and back. And you want relaxation in your neck. So you can shake out your neck, yes, no. And no, yes, we are warming up the body here, getting into the spine. And with this, we can be quite intuitive with how you are moving. So don't worry too much about, is my downward dog correct? Just really focus on getting into the body. Beautiful. And then just come into stillness with your legs. And you want to bring your heels towards the mat. Now it doesn't matter if they're up here or all the way down here. You're just pulling them down in this direction. And then we're going to look forward between the hands and gently walk really slowly. Don't be in a rush. Nice and slow between the hands. Beautiful. Hanging down here. And then inhale, ground the feet as we rise on up. Gentle back bend. And then exhale, bring your hands through heart center and then release the hands down. Beautiful. We're going to do some sun salutations. So inhale, hands at the prayer position at your chest. Exhale here. Inhale, spread your arms wide. Palms meet above the head, gentle back bend. And then exhale, hinging from the hips, fold forwards. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant the hands, step your right foot back, drop the knee, and then inhale, lift up into Anjayasana, our low lunge. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Step back to a high plank position. And then you can stay here or you can drop the knees. Hug your core into your spine. And then you're going to hug the knees, the elbows in as we slowly lower down on an exhale, lowering here. And then all the way to the floor, hands under the shoulders, feet are flat, and we'll inhale, lift up into a back bend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, gently push into the hands as you lift up. And then tuck the toes. Now, option to come through all fours, or you can go straight back into downward dog. Free breaths here. Deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then you'll lift your right leg up. And then exhale, step it between the hands, drop the left knee. And then inhale, lift up the arms, low lunge, Anjayasana on this side. And then exhale, bring the hands down. This time we're going to step the left foot to the top of the mat. On an inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then micro bend the knees. Inhale, rise the arms up, sweeping them to the sky. Gentle back bend here. Exhale, hands to the heart. We do exactly the same on the other side. Inhale, arms sweep wide, gentle back bend. Exhale, fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, arms up, Anjayasana. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back to plank, option to lower the knees or hug the elbows in as we lower down to the mat. Inhale, lift up into a cobra back bend. And then exhale down to downward dog, option to go through all fours. Free breaths here. And as you breathe, know that you can modify this however you need. So if at any point you want to come down to child's pose and rest, if at any point you feel some pain or your body tells you intuitively to do something different, please respect and honor that. Inhale, left leg lifts up. Exhale, step it between the hands, drop the back knee. Inhale, rise on up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step to the top of the mat. Heart lifts forward. Exhale, fold. Micro bend the knees. Inhale. Gentle back bend. Exhale, bring the hands down. Beautiful. We're going to do that twice more. So inhale, arms spread wide, gentle back bend. Exhale and fold. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, right leg back, drop the knee. Inhale. Exhale, bring the hands down, step back to a plank. And then knees down or lower straight down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 3 deep breaths here. Stay connected to each one. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Deep inhale, long exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts up. Exhale, step it between the hands, drop the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands down, step to the top. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, micro bend the knees as we rise on up. Gentle back bend. Exhale, bring your hands down. Inhale, arms sweep wide, gentle back bend. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hands down, left foot back, drop the knee. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, step back to plank. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths. When that mind wants to distract you, or you notice that your mind has gone elsewhere, just bring it back to the breath. And know that that is part of the beauty of the practice. It's the moments when we notice that our mind is distracted and we bring it back to the here and now, rather than having to be not distracted all the time. We just are training ourselves, training that monkey mind of ours. Inhale, left leg lifts up, step between the hands, drop the back knee. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down, step to the top, heart lifts and fold. Micro bend the knees, inhale, rise on up, gentle back bend, and then exhale, bring the hands down. Just rest your arms by the sides of your body and just take a moment here to close down your eyes and just take a moment to feel in. Feel into any sensations in the body, any signs of aliveness, tingling, throbbing, lightness, heaviness. Notice the beat of your heart. Notice the nature and the quality of your breath. And gently blink the eyes open. Beautiful. So from here, we're going to go into chair position. So inhale, sweep the arms up, bend the knees. You just want to check that your knees are not over your toes. Spine is arched, gaze is forward. Arms are up. Beautiful. See if you can sink that chair a little bit lower. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And then from here, just straighten the legs and go straight into a forward fold. You can have a gentle bend in your knees, let your neck be heavy and long. Here, maybe you'll find that your arms are more comfortable resting on the back of your shins or ankles. Maybe they're more comfortable on the floor. But just allow relaxation in your neck. And then from here, inhale, half lift. Feel the length in the back of the legs. Feel the length in the spine. And then exhale, fold. And we're going to step the right foot back. But we're going to keep the knee off the ground this time. And we're going to inhale into a high lunge. So you can modify if you want to come and bring that back knee down. But we want to build a little bit of fire here. So just check that your front knee is in line with the front big toe. Relax the shoulders, smile. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then on an exhale, can you just drop that right knee down? Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more time. Exhale down. Inhale up. Beautiful. And then bring the hands down. Right hand to the earth. Inhale, left hand rises. Beautiful, gentle twist here. Gaze can be up to the sky. See if you can connect with your breath here, breathing deeply into the abdomen. And as you exhale, you just twist a little bit deeper by sucking that core to the spine, twisting round, relaxing that left shoulder. And then exhale, bring that left hand down. And now from here, we're going to go into our first balance. So this is a strong transition. We're going to come up on that left foot and we're going to lift the right, well, first of all, let's step the right foot closer to our left hand. Beautiful. And just walk the hands a little bit forward so they might be off the mat. And then from here, transition weight into the left foot, feel the balance, and then lift up the right leg. Beautiful. So now your right leg is in line with your spine. You want to try and get a straight line. Now you can stay here on your fingertips, or if you want extra challenge, bring the hands up, prayer position at your heart, warrior three. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then exhale, bring your hands down, step back into your high lunge position. Inhale, arms up. Beautiful. And then exhale, bring the hands down. And we're going to step back to our plank position. And then drop the knees if you want, or as you exhale, lower down. And then either cobra, or you can go into an up dog where you inhale, slide through. So you keep your body off the ground, you come onto the tops of your feet, and then you exhale, downward dog. So that move is, if you ever hear yoga teachers say, do a vinyasa or do chaturanga, that is what they mean, going down to plank, coming through up dog, and then back to downward dog. Breathing here. Wherever your mind is, just inviting it back to the breath, inviting it back to stillness. And remembering that rest is always available if you find your mind is getting frustrated at all. Just discern what would be beneficial in this moment, pausing and slowing down, or having a little more strictness with yourself. And there is no right or wrong answer to that. Different things serve us at different times. One more breath. And then inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step it between the hands. And then inhale, lift up, high lunge. Exhale, lower the hands. Step your right foot to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold down. Keeping your legs straight this time. Maybe your hands come to the mat. Maybe they don't, maybe they're higher up. Just see where naturally they go without too much strain. Breathing here, feeling the length in the backs of your legs. Relaxing your face, relaxing your shoulders. Bringing a smile to the face. Often this is a pose where we punish ourselves by thinking, I want to be more flexible than I am. So can you just Be curious about where your body is today. For me, it's a pose that varies dramatically depending on my level of relaxation. When I'm more relaxed, I find I go deeper, and then some days I don't. Holding on. Inhale, half lift. And then exhale, we'll step the left foot back. Inhale, high lunge. Beautiful. Shoulders are relaxed, gaze is forward. Breath is deep. Knee is in line with the front toe. Maybe you've got some shaking and shivering, not shivering, shaking and, what is that word? Not shimmering. I don't know. Maybe you can let me know afterwards. Yeah. Okay. Exhale, drop that left knee to the floor. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down. Inhale, quivering. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Beautiful. Bring the hands down, left hand down, right arm up. I had a lot of quivering there. Gaze to the ceiling, relax that right shoulder. Breathe deeply. And then bring that right hand down. And then we're going to step the left foot halfway to the top here. And we're going to prepare to take off with that left foot. So just bring your hands forward of the mat. And then inhale, put your weight into the right foot. Form a straight line with that left leg and your torso. Breathing here. Option to bring your hands off the mat. If you feel any wobbles, just welcoming them. Training that mind to be on your breath, training that mind to be here and now. Bringing your attention to what is going on, what sensations are present, what am I engaging here? And then exhale, bring the foot back. Beautiful. And then inhale, high lunge. Exhale, hands down. Step back to a plank. Let's pause here in plank. Always go on the knees if you want. Few breaths here. And this is a semi-challenge for the mind. If we've got an overthinking mind, often the stillness can be a little bit triggering for it. So can it be trained on the breath here? And then on an exhale, lower down. Inhale, Vinyasa, so slide forward, Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale, Downward Dog. Beautiful. 5 breaths here, either in Down Dog or come into Child's Pose and rest. Breathing deeply. Breathing so, so deeply. And then if you're in Child's Pose, like I am, then just come on back up to all fours, come back to the Downward Dog, and then walk or step your feet to the top of the mat. So I'm going to walk my feet to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Micro bend the knees. Inhale, rise on up. Gentle back bend. Bring your hands to your heart center. So we're going to step the left foot back. And actually, let's parallel the feet with the edges of the mat here. Beautiful. Hands to your waist. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards. You can have a gentle micro bend in your knees. You might find you want to walk your feet a little more out. And then exhale, fold down. Inhale, bring your hands to your waist and gently rise. Beautiful. Extend out the arms. We're going to do some twisting. So we're going to exhale, bring the right hand down, bring the left hand up. Nice. Bend that right elbow as you bend forward, and then inhale, come back on up. Exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Bend that right elbow. Fold forwards. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand down to the other side. Inhale up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. And then bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, fold forwards. Hands between the legs here. And then just let your neck, spine, head be heavy and long. Breathe here. Beautiful. And then bring your hands back to your hips. Inhale, lengthen the spine as we rise on up. And then angle the feet out to the corners of the mat. And then bend down the knees as we come into a temple position. So squatting deeply here. And then just check that your knees are tracking the toes. Bring your hands to your thighs, lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders. Beautiful. Beautiful. Breathing deeply. Maybe the quivering is back, shaking and quivering. I can't see you, but I know you're doing a great job. Breathing deeply. And then inhale, come on up. And we're going to bend from side to side. So bending into our right thigh, straightening the left, coming into a skandasana, flexing the left toes. And then you can use your hands to support you for this first one. Inhale, we're just going to walk over. Exhale, down. Beautiful. So straightening out the right leg, bending the left. And then just walk over using your hands to the other side. Other side. Now option here to lift up your hands and doing this without the support, so the strength of your legs, the balance. Beautiful. And just going from side to side here, keeping length in the spine. Remembering your breath. Beautiful. One more. And then we'll come back on up. Wonderful. So hands to the hips, come back up to a standing position, and we're going to jump the legs in. Wonderful. So let's do a little more balancing. Inhale, ground through the left foot, lift your right knee up, and just catch the knee with your hands. And we're going to balance here. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then we're going to bring the right hand outside of that right knee. And we're going to bring the left hand to your hip and then just open that leg out. Beautiful. Any wobbling, any falling is normal. And then come back to center. And now bring the left hand to the outside of that right knee and just bring it over. And straighten out that right arm. Beautiful. Inhale back to center. And now we're going to take this right foot, put it on top of the left knee, and then just lower down here. So sitting down, you can bring your hands to your chest. Breathing deeply. Welcoming any intensity you feel in the body, noticing what's going on in the body. Inhale up, and then gently release. Straight onto the other side, grounding into that right foot, lift the left knee up this time. Wrap around that left knee and balance. Balance and breathe. And then bringing the left hand to the inside of the knee and just opening up. Maybe that right hand is on the right hip. And then bringing that knee in, just bringing the hand to the outside. And then opening up the left hand, feeling that gentle stretch on the left hip. Bringing that knee back to center, and then bringing that, flexing the left ankle, bringing it on top of the right knee, sitting down into a squat position. Welcoming the intensity and being curious, what is happening in your body right now? If you're not thinking, how do I balance? Where is my breath? Like, what sensations are there? And then inhale, come on up and slowly release. Beautiful. Bring the hands down beside your body, close down the eyes, and take a moment to feel in. Tingling, heaviness, lightness, your heartbeat. What is alive in your body right now? And then gently blinking the eyes open. Let's go back to the top of the mat. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, sit back into a chair position. 5 breaths here. You thought we were nearly done. 3 more breaths. Can you go a little bit deeper? Last breath, can you go a little bit deeper? And then fold forwards here. And then from here, inhale, halfway lift. And then from here, we're going to go down into a yogi squat. So I'm going to shimmy, but you can go straight at the top of your mats. So yogi squat. Just lowering down, you might find that your heels are up. You might want to put a cushion underneath your heels. If you can, bring them down. Press your knees out. And we're actually just going to spend a minute breathing here. And we're going to bring our attention down to the root, so near our pelvic floor. And as you breathe, just bring your attention to that area. Feel the abdomen increase on the inhale. Feel it contract on the exhale. And I'm going to offer you a mantra here of, I am safe. And just for the next minute, as you breathe, just repeat this in your mind. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Often an overthinking mind is connected to a feeling of unsafety in the body. And in yoga, we work with different energy centers in the body. And one of them is found at our root, so at the base of the spine. And that's what we're doing right now. We're breathing into it, we're opening it in this position. And by repeating this mantra, we are just affirming that beneath all of the worries, what our mind is trying to control, there is a safety in our body, an innate safety when we come into this place. I am safe. I am safe. I am safe. Beautiful. So now just come into a kneeling position here. Just take a moment to settle. From this position, so we've just worked with the root, getting this core feeling of safety. And now we're going to work with the heart area, this open area, and this feeling of trusting, which often a distracted mind is trying to run from. So we're going to do some back bending. So inhale, come on up onto your knees, and we're going to do some camel. So just bring your hands to your lower back. Inhale, feel length in the spine, and then exhale, gently pull the shoulder blades together, gently lean back. Keep your hands on the base of your spine. Beautiful. Breathing here. Breathing into your abdomen, feeling this openness. Gently pulling your elbows together. And then exhale, come on up, and then sit back on your knees. Beautiful. So that is the first level. If you've got any twinging in your lower back, just stay there, as in stay in that variation. If it felt okay, then we can go to the next one. So inhale, come onto your knees, tuck the toes, lift your left arm up, and then exhale, bring your left hand to your left heel, bring the right hand up, bring your right hand to your right heel, and open up. Beautiful, breathing deeply. You can bring your neck back, but just be sensitive if that is comfortable or not. Feeling this opening and just connecting to this brightness, this trusting nature. And then gently lift your right hand up, lift your left hand up, and then come back to a kneeling position. Breathing here, maybe just loosening up that lower back and sensing into how you feel. We're going to do one more of those. I will guide you through how to go deeper. But if you're feeling tender, then maybe you want to go back to option one. Maybe actually your back bending is done and you just want to come into a child's pose. So listen into what is going to serve you in this moment. And in terms of what is going to serve you, what is going to bring you into a greater sense of mental peace and quiet. Inhale, come on up if you're choosing to do a final back bend. And then if you want to go for the third option, just keep your feet down. Inhale, left hand lifts up, bring it onto the heel. Right hand lifts up onto the heel. And then inhale, pushing the hips forward. Feeling the stretch in the quadriceps. Now you can tip your neck back. I am not doing so because my neck doesn't respond well to that. Breathing deeply, feeling beautifully open and alive. And then bringing your hands to your hips. Inhale, exhale, lower. Beautiful. And just breathing here, closing down my eyes. And as you breathe, feel the expansion of the chest, the contraction of the chest. Feel the space here. Feel the lightness here. Beautiful. Okay. And now from here, what we'll do is we'll all go down into child's pose. 5 breaths in child's pose, and just widen out your feet so it's a wide-legged child position. And your arms can be by the side of your body. They can also be in front of your head, and you can make a pillow. And really choose comfort here. Choose what allows you to wiggle into the hips. Choose what allows you to relax. We've done quite a dynamic practice. We've been flowing, we've been moving. And now we're going to settle slightly. And you might find at this point that the mind gets even busier, even more distracted. So this is where you just keep gently inviting it back to your breath. You keep noticing the breath, and you just ask your mind to observe like we did at the beginning, the inhale and the exhale, gently inviting it back without needing to understand why it's drifted again or where it's gone. Just saying, it's okay, we'll attend to you later. Right now I'm with my body in my yoga practice. Let's come back. And when it wanders again, we gently say, it's okay, let's come back. Inhale, gently come on up. And we're going to come to a seated position. We're going to stretch out the legs. So we're going to come into a wide-legged straddle position. You might want knees bent here. And we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine. And then we're going to exhale, walk the hands forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And then exhale, round the shoulders, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look up. Exhale, fold. Now wherever you are, and it might look like you are still far upright, that's perfect. Or it might look that you are fully down, all the way down with your head and chest. And if that is your body, that is also perfect. Maybe you're in between. And just breathing, releasing from the hips here, feeling the stretch all the way from our hips to our feet. Staying connected to our present experience. Feeling if there's any tension that can be released. I noticed there I was just holding on in my hips and my knees. Or I'm holding on in my hip.
holding on in my neck. Where can you relax? Where is your body inviting you to relax? Inhale, gently walk the hands up.
And then use your hands to pull your feet together. Bring the soles of your feet together. Inhale, lift up length. And then exhale, we're going to fold forwards. So we're in Baddha Konasana here. So we're in butterfly position. Your feet and legs are in a diamond shape. We're just dropping the head forward. We're breathing here. And just like we did in the last position, we're asking the body, where do you need to relax? And as I did that, I just felt my upper arms relax. I'm noticing my neck relax. My hips relax. And you really can ask your body, where do you need to relax? And naturally it will show you. It will show you, here and here, just by getting softer. So we're letting go of this having to do the yoga, we're having to do the relaxation from the mind, and we're returning the power, the instruction to our body. And then inhale, gently walking up. You know what it's nearly time for? Oh, I'm going to do something I never do. I was going to take us to Shavasana, but we're going to do my least favorite pose in the entirety of yoga. We're going to do Navasana. Because if there's anything to bring up mental resistance, it's this. So Shavasana is coming, but for now, boat pose. So sitting on your hips, lifting the legs up, straightening them. So if you want, you can have your toes down, you can have knees bent. Or if you can, straighten your legs here, straighten out the arms, and breathing deeply. Breathing into the core, feeling straightness in your back. And actually the reason we're going here now is because if you are strong in your core, if you are strong at your solar plexus, it's an energy center connected to our personal power. So the more we strengthen this, whatever is going on in the mind, whatever the tendency is to think and to pull us away from what we're meant to be doing, we can bring our attention back here. This is the I can center. Exhale, relax, bring the knees down. Beautiful. Hug your knees into your chest. Make yourself a ball. One more time. Inhale, come on up. Breathing deeply. I can. Engaging that core, engaging that strength. You can. We can. Exhale, hug it in. Beautiful. And then one more time. Breathing. Can you get those legs a little bit straighter, chest a little bit more upright? And exhale, release. Hug your knees in and then lower on down. Beautiful. You've made it. I'm so proud of you. Inhale, hug your knees into your chest. Rocking from side to side. And then just twist your knees over to the left. Open up the right hand. Gaze to the right. Allowing your heart rate to slow. Assisting that with a gentle breath. And just giving your body the cue that it is time to relax now. Thank you for the work that it has done. And now we rest. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, and then just drop them to the other side. Open up the left hand, gaze to the left. Breathing deeply. Inhale, knees back to center, and then just stretch out the legs. Beautiful. Time for our final relaxation. So just let your feet fall to the side, arms are by the side of the body. Take whatever little wiggles you need to get comfortable. And here, let's take 3 deep, relaxing breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Feel your body getting heavy. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now just feel your whole body relax all the way from your toes, up your legs, up your torso, down your arms, your neck, your head. Just let your whole body become heavy and relaxed as you enjoy a few moments here, and I will bring you back soon. And bringing your awareness back to the breath, gently wiggling your fingers, your toes. And then on an inhale, just taking a whole body stretch. And then on an exhale, hugging your knees into your chest. And then gently rolling over to your left hand side. Taking your time as you use your hands to lift you back up. And then just coming back to a seated position here. And just taking a moment, close down the eyes and just observe. Observe your body. Observe your breath. Observe your mind. Just noticing and receiving the effects of our practice together. Enjoying whatever space has opened up as a result of you choosing to practice today. And then just bring your hands together at heart center as we take one closing breath and one Om and 3 Shantis, Shanti meaning peace, together. Inhale, exhale. Inhale for Om and 3 Shantis all in one breath. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And then just gently bowing our head in gratitude for ourselves for showing up, in gratitude for all our teachers in whatever form they come, and in gratitude for practices like yoga and these teachings that can support us in so many ways. May our practice and the benefits of this spread far and wide. And then gently blinking the eyes open. Thank you so much for spending this time together. Now might be a beautiful time to journal. It might be a beautiful time to just spend a little longer with yourself, with whatever may have come up, with whatever space has been created. And if you have any comments about this, any questions, want to know more about maybe how yoga can support with the somatic side of a regulation of anxiety